Welcome, my name is Michael Home, this is the 1 Minute Barber channel. This video is for those of you with thin hair who would like to make it look a little bit thicker. In this video I'm going to show you one simple rule which I use when I'm working and one simple technique which I use to complement that rule. So what's going on with hair loss? Most guys around about the age of 20-21 they start to lose a bit of hair but they don't notice it. Then around about, because it goes in a 7-year cycle, about the age of 27, 28, 29, they notice more hair loss. This time it may be noticeable, thinning, perhaps a little bit of receding, maybe the hair is going thin on top, on the crown, and then mid-30s, late 30s, it becomes more noticeable. Most men by about the age of 50 have some degree of hair loss. The lucky few have a full head of hair all the way through their life. So, I mean, looking at me, you can see I have an area of hair missing. My hair has become a lot thinner on the top, around about this area, which is the giveaway that I'm only 28 years old. Anyway, so I'm going to show you first of all a rule. This is going to be the rule. And the first rule is product choice when you have thin hair. So if you have thin hair, try and opt for mousse first of all, okay? Hair mousse. This is a brand of hair mousse, a very, very cheap brand of hair mousse that's sold in most supermarkets. Schwarzkopf, super soft. I'd imagine that's probably sold worldwide. It's not the only mousse that you could use. You could use multiple brands. Unfortunately, because of coronavirus, I can't go to my shop and get professional products at the moment. But I wanted to show you people that it's more about what you're doing than whether it's a professional product or not for thin hair. Mousse is mousse at the end of the day. This is perhaps not the ultimate mousse, but it will do the trick just now. So, the second technique, which I'm going to show you, is a hair drying technique. Now, as you can see, my hair goes this way. I've swept it over this way, okay? And on top, it's got this movement this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go against that with the hairdryer. I'm going to go against it at the root very close. And I'll demonstrate that in a minute. But the whole idea is to get the lift up, dry the root so it's lifted up dry. The hair above it may still be wet, but then we can dry it back in the direction we want. And it's lifting up at the root. So, let's get started here. Okay, so work on wet hair to start with. Okay, so I'm going to wet my hair down. Okay, wet that down. I'm just using a big comb. It doesn't really matter which comb you use. All we're doing here is we're just wetting the hair down. Comb it this way, comb it that way. I just want to make sure that all my hair is wet. And then some mousse. Now, how much mousse would you use? Doesn't matter. It's gonna produce quite a big amount in your hand anyway. Okay? Maybe that much. Okay? Now it looks a lot, but once that goes in the hair, we're gonna rub this all into the hair. It'll just disappear. Okay? It just disappears to nothing mousse. Okay? Just rub it all in. Okay? The idea with mousse is that mousse makes your hair very stiff and you have a lot of hold with the mousse. So when you dry with it, your hair tends to stay in position. If you've got short hair, the shorter your hair is, the more it's going to stay in position, of course. But for longer hair, it's going to provide more body using this second technique that I'm going to show you. So as you can see, I've got my mousse in. My hair's wet now, and you get to see the real giveaway of just how thin the hair has become. Okay, so my hair goes this way. This is the way I wear my hair. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to dry the mousse so that I want to dry the hair and the mousse so it's lifting up the root. So if I dry against that there, if I dry in this direction, okay, I'm basically bending the hair back on itself, and I only want to do that with the root. I want to bend the root back on itself, okay, back this way on itself, like that, and then blow dry over the top of it. Okay, so as I always say, a picture speaks 1,000 words. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to get my hair going this way. This is the way that my hair, I don't normally wear my hair, it doesn't sit so well that way. And I'm just going to dry it. I've got my hair dryer here on a medium setting, medium heat setting, and I put it on maximum power, okay? So we don't want to, the reason I have it on a medium heat setting is because I'm going to work very close to the scalp. I'm actually going to keep this hair dryer on my scalp and move it very quickly, okay? I'm going to move it quick, like that, across the scalp, so that I'm drying against the root, against the direction that the hair grows, okay? But medium setting, I don't want this on the hottest setting. I will burn myself if I do, and I want to move quickly so that I don't burn myself. So I'm going to move quickly. Now, if you move quickly with the hairdryer, that's fine, okay? Just bear in mind, the closer you are, the more direct heat it is on your skin. So please be very, very careful. Okay, so. So what I've done is I've dried my hair over that way, over this way, sorry, this way, dried it this way so that it's dried back on itself. Now I'm going to dry it over the other way, the way I normally wear it. So I've taken half the moisture out. I've really tried to take the moisture out around about the root area. That's what I've tried to do. I've tried to get this root area dry. Now I'll dry the top in the direction that it normally goes. I'm going to switch my hairdryer to cold, turn the heat off, put it on full power. Feel the hair for damp patches. Still damp. Put the heat back on. Okay, so that's me. I've blow dried my hair with the mousse, and what I've done is initially I've gone against the direction of the hair because I want the root to lift, dry, and then And while it's just slightly damp, blow dry it back over the other way, okay? And that's what I've done. So, as you see the top of my hair, now it doesn't solve baldness, but it certainly starts to fill in the gaps a bit because it puffs the hair out a bit. Puffs it out, it lifts it up, it makes it look like there's more hair on your head. So that's a really simple technique that you can do using mousse and a hairdryer. It's quite important, your product selection. Mousse is what you would use if you have thin hair. If you use something like pomade on thin hair, well, that's going to make your thin hair look incredibly thin. It's shiny, it'll clump the hair, it'll mat it down, and it'll just make it look very, very thin, much thinner than it is. Same with any wet look product like gel as well, which nobody even uses. I think they used gel back in 1925 sometime, tubs of blue gel. If you own a tub of blue gel, be very ashamed of yourself and then take it to the bin and just get rid of it. It's terrible stuff. But if you do own a tub of blue gel, it probably does mean that you're an age where you may have lost a little bit of hair. So, anyway, this has been the 1 Minute Barber. My name is Michael Home. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please leave your questions below. Hopefully this is of use to you. If you want me to talk about any other products, please drop your questions, leave some comments, tell me what you want to see. I'll talk about it. Any cutting techniques, anything to do with facial hair, any hair related matters, drop your questions and I'll endeavour to answer them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. See you next time.